Okay, so I told you today we are going to discuss about the on-off pressure controller. So please note down this diagram, on-off pressure control diagram, the ISA diagram of on-off pressure controller, and also note down this curve where the bottom one is the curve of a single pump, and the top one is a curve of two pumps operating serially. Okay, so this one is a combined pump curve, the top one. So please note these two diagrams. Okay, so this one is a on-off pressure controller. So please note this is something similar to if you are drawing the corresponding voltage analogy. Initially assume that we have only one pump. This is one pump, so it means we have only one voltage source. Okay, so it have some capacitor, means some static resistance is there, and assume that it have a resistance. So forget about that. Assume that it have a dynamic resistance. It have some dynamic resistance here. Okay, so then here it have a load resistance. Is it okay? So this one is a voltage means equivalent to the discharge pressure. So with respect to that, a flow rate is there. So current means equivalent to flow rate. Okay. So due to some reason, if the back pressure is increasing, means some loading potential, if it is increasing, or if this equivalent resistance is increasing, what will happen? Definitely current will decrease. Okay. So definitely current will decrease. So in order to maintain this current, what we have to do? We have to add one more potential difference, one more voltage source we have to add. So by adding one more voltage, we can maintain this current. So same concept is used here. Okay. So here, this one is a normal pump. That one is normally using here. Okay. So this one is a additional pump. Normally this one is not operating. Normally this pump alone is operating. Okay. So this pump is discharging liquid to this side, and the corresponding pump curve is shown here. This one is a corresponding pump curve. Okay. Now assume that this one is a current operating point. So this one is the current operating point where the flow rate is 50 gallons per minute. So this one is the flow rate, and the corresponding pressure is something very close to 30 psi. So this one is a corresponding pressure, discharge pressure. Okay. So this one is operating point means, please remember the system curve is passing through this operating point. That is why this one is operating point. So please note that. So the system curve is not shown here. Okay. So now due to some reason, the operating point is changed from point 1 to point 2. Okay. So here the operating point is changed from operating point 1 to 2 due to the change in pressure. So here definitely the change in pressure is due to that back pressure, or that is due to the system curve. The system curve is changed from this one to this one, definitely. Okay. So now what is happening? So with respect to the change in operating, I told you the reason, that one is not explained here. Maybe due to the change in system curve, maybe due to the change in back pressure, whatever it is, the operating point is shifted from point 1 to point 2, where the pressure, actually it is due to the change in pressure, where the pressure is 50 psi and the corresponding flow rate is 20 gallons per minute. But here the system requires a constant flow rate. In this particular situation, the pump is used for a particular process where the process requires a constant flow rate. But here what is happening? Due to the change in pressure, the flow rate is reduced to 20 gallons per minute from 50 gallons per minute. Is it okay? So in order to maintain the flow rate very close to 50 GPM, the second pump is also started, that is operating serially to the first one. You can see that the second pump is arranged cascade to the first pump. Am I correct? So this one is a cascade configuration. So how we are doing that? So before that, the operating point is shifted from 1 to 2 due to the change in pressure. So that pressure is measured. The pressure is measured. So here you can see a pressure switch high, okay, which is detecting the high pressure. So here the set point is 50 psi. So if the pressure is greater than or equal to 50 psi, PSH will start the second pump also. Okay, as pump 2 is cascade to the first pump, if you are starting second pump, we have to close this main path. So for that purpose, a control valve is also used. An on-off control valve is also used, where that control valve is operated by using the same PSH. Okay, so please note, if the operating point is shifted from 1 to 2, then by using PSH, the second pump is also started. Simultaneously, the main path is closed by using this control valve, where this one is an on-off control valve. This one is a solenoid valve. Okay, so that we have to do. Otherwise, what will happen? The pump 1 will discharge liquid through these two paths. So it will change the curve, definitely. So in order to avoid that, the main path must be closed. Okay. So with respect to the starting of this second pump along with the pump 1, so here we have a cascade configuration. So in last classes I told you, if you are operating two pumps cascadely simultaneously, then what will happen? The pump curve will shift to upward. Please note, the pump curve will shift to upward. So what is happening to the operating point? If the pump curve is shifting to upward, the operating point will shift to right side because the resistance will decrease, or the pump system, the two pump system is capable to overcome the resistance. So the operating point will shift to rightward. What is happening to the previous system? In on-off flow controller, we are operating two pumps parallelly. So what is happening to the pump curve? Pump curve is shifted to right side, and what is happening to the operating point? Operating point is shifted to upward. Okay, so please note, explaining this shifting with respect to the curve is difficult because if you are using two pumps, the effective system curve with respect to these two pumps, that we have to explain. That is a little bit difficult. That is why I am simply saying with respect to the shift of pump curve to upward, the operating point is shifted to right side. Okay, so please note always, if you are operating two pumps parallelly, the system curve will shift to right side like this way. Okay, and the operating point will shift to upward. If you are operating two pumps cascadely, serially, then the single curve is shifted to upward. Okay, so this single curve is shifted to upward, and the operating point is shifted to right side. So please note these two concepts. Okay, so please note one more thing. In this particular case, the PSH have two functions. PSH is used to start the second pump. At the same time, PSH is used to close this path by using a solenoid control valve. So it will have two functions. Okay, and as we discussed in last class, this PSH must have a neutral zone. This PSH must have a neutral zone. Otherwise, what will happen? A cycling will occur. The continuous switching will occur if the PSH is without a neutral zone. So PSH must have a neutral zone. That one is not shown here. So here a neutral zone is there.